It wouldn't let me rotate it to the side. And how am I recording live? It says I'm live right now. Interesting. Well, there's a reason I'm doing this. And it's because this channel is kind of a cesspool for everything that I've about me. Like you could, I'm not going to get into why I'm so scattered or why I seem to have made a lot of videos that seem to be just for me or whatever. Everybody does it. People do it. People, a lot of big channels. If you go through their videos, you see stuff that doesn't pertain to anything. It's just their normal life. Well, they didn't separate their stuff into different channels. Anybody can start new channels. I think I have one that says something about like feeding ducks. It's something I was over the years I tried to do this, I tried to do that, I tried to get things working, and I just never deleted that channel. And then there's another one that I think that's my name with the same logo, yet it's zero everything, like zero videos, zero subscribers. But this one, I had changed my name to Truthful Lives Matter for a while. So if that could be a clue to somebody about what you saw and then why you can't find it or any of that stuff. I got everything from chemtrails to fucking my Easter day, my Easter UFO to just logical bullshit to fucking out of control bullshit, like to a lot of truth. Whether that was showing you something that you could probably do for yourself, or it was telling you something that you can go do the homework and learn for yourself and validate and believe for yourself or do whatever. We said Kiki. I got all the animals today. Yeah, I got them all today, huh? Oh, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Oh, don't leave, don't stop. Yeah, everything's got to be perfect for her. Like, just right there and soft. Yeah, right there, just like that. And I won't bite you. Ow! Anyway, see, she don't care. She's like, whatever, dude. You ain't gonna hit me. Well, surprise, surprise. I didn't expect anybody to show up to this stupid live video. This is a test. So if you don't see videos from me for a while, I'm trying to, I'm going to go in a different direction for a lot of stuff. But I don't know what kind of theme I want to do. And I don't know what kind of program I want to be on. I wish I had the time. Like if I was on some social security or just staying paid, I would do what like Brother Sanchez does, like all day long and just start from the bottom and on my free time, do my research and then learn together. He's a teacher, but he learns with us because he wakes up and just does it. He's very open, very, very transparent. That's what I kind of want to be like because you get a lot of real followers. You don't get fake ones. He don't have the only fake ones following him are the ones that are just bent out of shape because he's right. But I'm open to some ideas on because I can expose people in society, which I've done with I've shown you in just minutes how I can track down these websites that Google puts right in your lap to get scammed. They won't do anything about them, and they've been notified. There's ways to notify Google about scams. And getting into an air rifle hobby, which might be a whole nother channel I'm thinking about doing some stuff here. You got guys, you got rackets, which I'm not even gonna believe for 1 second they're strangers, because you can't use somebody else's mail address for things. There's no point. Is what I'm talking about. It's a way. I think it's a genius way to rob people, and at the same time make your place famous for that supposedly being taken advantage of. They're like, oh, poor guy in Texas in this little store. They're just using his store address, and they copy the Pyramid Air website. You're gonna have to really think about these things, because I'm not thinking there might not be any internet laws, but that might be why people can pull some shit over you. And they're making you think that some hacker's just doing this and just cashing in. Yet nobody will do anything about it. That's because somebody at the very top is saying, nah, don't worry about it. We're fine. We're not worried about it. That's because quite possibly, if not themselves, their buddies are the ones doing it. And they're just getting half. You got to understand, man. You got to remember how many times you've watched the news or got on YouTube and found out some good people were doing some bad things. Yet, when you ask questions that might lead to the possibility of catching somebody that was under the radar the whole time, everyone wants to get all sentimental and weird. Like, oh, he wouldn't do that. Really? Because neither that's what everyone said about everybody who did something bad. Oh, he wouldn't do anything like that. Or you just think you know people. Really? All that reality. And you can't make any more connections. So it's about being in the moment and not living in this weird magical past where the only thing you believe is the only thing you can reference for your belief system and core beliefs is something you were told or shown or something like when you were a kid. And then since then, everyone just repeats it and talks about it, and they have no answers, real answers. So they sit around in nerd groups and make shit up to try and rationalize everything and justify the lack of real information. These clubs are something else, man. And one thing about a truth club, somebody who's troubleshooting something or investigating something, is it's like a cop. You got to look at everything. You got to put your mind on the other side of things to critically peel things apart. But these guys, you got to remember, I lost my train of thought instantly, like in an instant. I need some more coffee. Well, as you can tell, my channel's pretty bunk. I'm not worried about it. I never was worried about it. And many of my videos I talked about, this is just for me. This isn't even for you. Like, I had to go back and, oh yeah, they defaulted all my comments to like only show the relative you got to change settings here. All of these default settings are really fucking us up. Like, every time there's an update on your phone, they change those settings. Like, things reset, things restart, and then you have to even like re-sign the agreement thing, right? Well, that's because every time you do that agreement thing, that's because something changed. And what I don't mean by just like the way they do things is changing. I'm talking about everything they just put on your phone has changed, and the settings. So if your settings was to keep all location services and snippet services, you know that Google records little snippets of your voice even when your phone is in your pocket in someone else's car talking to them. They record and save little snippets. That's for AI. You've okayed that. If you have that going on right now, you said that was okay. Even if you didn't realize you did, when you clicked I agree to the terms, you didn't read the small print, and that was in the small print. So things were enabled without your knowing, but it's not illegal or not even against the policies and rules because they give you an opportunity to read it. But here's what's up. I just want some really, really good ideas on which way I should go. First of all, I'm gonna be trying to meditate on how I don't necessarily want to wake people up. They have to do that themselves. But at the same time, if they're right in front of you and they aren't awake to something, your duty is to drop it somehow. And we do have a sense of an obligation to our loved ones and our friends and the people we care about to meet them where they're at. You don't just fucking throw something out and say, figure it out. Like even all the best speakers, all the disciples, everybody who went to a land that they were absolutely hated in, probably laughed at, about to say some things that aren't okay. They had to meet these people where they were at, or else they would get booted. And that's what this is I got to figure out how to meet everyone where they're at. And what do I mean by everyone? Well, the target audience, and that is the ones that are in my shoes or a little behind, where you're starting to wake up to some truth. You see that everything is different. You've had time to catch on that everything is kind of a certain way. You're like, okay, how different is it? And then after some research, you're like, okay, it's basically opposite of what we're supposed to believe. Well, some of those guys haven't figured out yet that the big P word, and that might be relative to my new channel's name. It might be something revolving around the P word, because I think it's very, very crucial that we fight this sense of cancel culture. If you say something that hurts somebody's feelings or say something against the court, we're like going backwards with this shit. Then all of a sudden you are outed or canceled or discriminated. And what I want to do is I want to target the audience where people know there's something going on, but they are a little standoffish about letting their new understanding be known and being transparent. I want to influence people to be like me because it's such a sense of freedom. You do get headaches. You do have to figure out along the way how you're going to make it work for you. But there is all the best songs we've ever heard talk about the freedom in letting go. Okay. Well, in this case, you're going to have to let go of a lot of pride. You're going to have to let go of a lot of pride. And you're going to have to, if you were the cool guy, I was for some reason like this cool dude that everybody kind of looked at and looked up to. I was big, burly, strong, confident, really good at sports. But I had this weird thing about me that I related more to the smaller people and the ones that got picked on, and because I was a little odd and I knew it.
And it started with the red hair. And I was like, I grew up wondering, why the fuck do I got red hair in here, but nobody else does? And why is everybody on TV, calling motherfuckers, making fun of people with red hair and shit? And like, this sucks. It's like people with glasses. You're a fucking nerd. I had glasses by the time I was 13. I went and got LASIK because of that. By the time I was 20 something, these things, we don't want to be in these positions, but they make us who we are. And even though I was a cool kid, I was blessed with something else. And that was the ability to look around and see people for who they are and differentiate, well, who's doing what and why. And I wasn't in this illusion, this world of illusion where I was the cool guy. I like always knew I wasn't. Even these people are like fucking admiring me, whatever, following me around. I remember people like that I didn't even know sometimes follow me around. Like I was like, because I was nice to people. I had people come up to me in my 30s and 40s, like, dude, you were the only person, the only jock, the only dude in that crowd that literally said hi to me every time you saw me. I was like, I didn't even understand what was going on. That's what kind of person I was. I was the cool dude in the movie, the cool dude that embraced the not so cool dudes and stuck up for them. And I still do, and I still have that vigilante heart. I still kind of have that in me, kind of my ass. It's growing. It's actually growing. It's a vigilant. It is. I was thinking about it the other day. Is it truly vigilante? Well, what is a vigilante? I don't have the definition in front of me, but what would be a vigilante's heart? Is it to just to do the right thing, or is it an actual setup to be a bad person? Because what you want to do is you want to make bad right good. You want to correct the bad and get them back. You want to even it out. Well, that sort of influences you. What's up, Susan? I knew that was you watching. I knew it. I just didn't want to say anything. My vigilante heart is something I got to deal with because we have the wicked is a part of us. It is. You're absolutely brainwashed if you don't think you have bad in you. It's self-controlled. It's a duality, and we control this balance. And once we realize that the balance is up to us, it's true freedom. You don't the unknown bad world is no longer feared because you have control over it. That bad world will make you bad just trying to be good. That's why living by example is the only way to live. You cannot force anyone to live like you or to live a certain way. Matter of fact, it's almost human nature to get scared of that and go the other direction. That's me. So all of these things are in this. So Susan, what I started this out with is I'm going to be taking a little shift because my channel has been sort of like this plethora of topics and my life, and I'm not going to end it. Matter of fact, starting a new channel might help me reinforce coming back to the real Ryan, which this will always be. I changed my name to like Truthful Lives Matter for like a year, dude. I forgot how to change it back, and it was like that whole Black Lives Matter thing pissed me off, and I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna piss everybody else off saying, making my name this. Well, I had to change my Google name, so it was all over my emails. Anyway, I'm going to be going a different route, Susan. Maybe two. I'm going to be starting a couple channels. Definitely getting into the air rifle world. I'm definitely getting into the the sovereign world of air rifles, which are not They're getting big, which is why the East Coast, of course, is already starting to federally regulate. As it stands right now, it's all state. Your state, but here's why. This is why federal is getting it, because the law, these are the clues that allow us, help us remember, remind us that we are a sovereign nation, and they know it. They have to regulate something that gets too big. So the states couldn't figure it out. Now they're like, well, we better fucking do something about it because now they got 50 cows. Dude, as if we couldn't, as if the average person didn't realize you can order a muzzleloader right to your door, fully functional. These air rifles are like fully automatic, and it's just scuba gear. They're scuba tanks. They're 3,500 psi scuba tanks, dog. And you can eat and you can support your family, and your community can thrive without gunpowder. Know this, I'm going to blow your mind with this one, because if you didn't know this, your mind will be blown. Hold on to your seat. Okay? I just started thinking about Chris Farley and the movie they made about when they made fun of Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark had a secret weapon. Go look it up. It might be in the Smithsonian. They had an air rifle. They had a PCP air. Everybody thinks these PCP air rifles are brand new, like brand new technology. Maybe the rotary mags and the higher pressures are. Lewis and Clark had a fully cast iron stock air. The tank was in the stock. It was cast iron, so it could contain the air. And it was a pre-charged. They pumped it up with the same thing we can get. It's like a bicycle pump. We have these better hot HPA generators that actually compress high pressure air for scuba tanks and stuff. But you can also use a pump. They make special high pressure bike pumps. They had the same thing. Go look it up. These things are hundreds of years. Matter of fact, that rifle was designed by an Italian in the 18th century. In the 1700s, we had PCP rifles that are now just becoming huge. And we all know it's because of the internet. But how it didn't happen 10 years ago, I don't know. Well, it did. We were just late. They were just kind of people that were into the sovereign lifestyles. Those websites had to be dug for, because those were not readily available like on your average Google results. And they still try to keep them out of those results, man. These algorithms are important to them. All right, so I've blabbered for 23 minutes. I'm just drinking coffee. It's just stupid at this point. I might be saying some real shit, but we all know these things. And so anyway, Susan, I want to go a different route with I want to do a couple channels, but one specific. I'm going to do the air. Me and my buddy are going to do an air rifle channel, and we're going to focus on the capabilities in the field. None of this target practice bullshit. We're going to demonstrate how you can feed your dogs and feed you if you need to. You know, rabbits, things that are already invasive, things that people that are going to hurt your community anyway, right? We got to fucking do this now and instill this in our everyday life, the barter life. I want to start a channel that's somehow, I don't even know how to do this without looking like a dumbass, devoted to the indoctrination and the rejuvenation of the barter life, the barter and trade. What's going to keep us much better in grid down situations. If you don't, it's a skill. somebody's laughing right now. Barter life is a skill. Wheeling and dealing. What do you think these guys, the ones that are making, when you go to a different country to go have fun and these guys work you for this, they've exploited the barter life. They've taken their skills and they've exploited a way to that will, in a sense, get them, they think will get them more money. Chances are, if they really applied themselves, those skills would get them 10 times more, being better people. But that's not the point here. The point here is these skills can outsmart people if need be. But they'll keep a community alive and well when your government won't. These things, oh, good, because being this far away from you, Susan, is like has been one of the hardest things for me, because I still have not met anyone as cool and devoted as you. And I'm out here. I'm talking on the internet. I mean, like, I'm so glad we've stayed connected. I'm talking about out here. I've met a couple people through work and blah, 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 but they're stuck. They're not open. They're not transparent. They're closed into this way of life they don't want to let go, even if it's just in their mind. And it's really weird. It's like everyone's still trying to play house. Thank you, Susan. I'm always thinking about you, Susan. I don't know what it is. I just know that you're a special person, for one, and that there is a weird, definite reason we bumped into each other. That could be for conversation for a minute. That could be for another day. I'm holding on to the faith that it is for a reason. There's something about you, and I know that you are a rock star in the time of need, in the time of under pressure, under great pressure, and needing to make important decisions. And I would be more than honored to be on your side and be right next to you. So, you know what I mean? I would be right next to you. And that's just the army I want to be a part of. And, these crazy people that have these little small-minded agendas, they're really operated and they're facilitated by shills. All of these fake sovereign guys running around, following up on the other groups and beating them up. These are all like things to keep everybody tied down, because when the shit hits the fan, all of those guys that think they're so sovereign, and they still got nothing. They got nothing. They got no camaraderie. They just want to beat people up. They can't trust each other. It's a world of shills. I'm blabbering at this point, but I want to start something. I'll make sure you know the direction I go. But what I want to do is I want to step up the truth, because hear me out. I didn't know I was going to go live today. For the last couple of years, I've been trying to go live through YouTube, and it says you got to have a certain amount of followers. Oh, that's right. People are only going to see the short version of this until I get more than 1,000 subscribers. Oh no. Anyway, who was in control of all the show groups? Pissed. Yeah, I know. I don't have a full time. I only have a couple seconds to read those, and then they go away. I know. This is wackazoid. The ones this is so by design for the last couple of years, that all the people that are doing the internet show work, they miraculously just got sent home to work from home. And now all these people working from home. I know you're no dummy. And you do got to watch. We do have to watch our back because I think when we're by ourselves tripping, I think, well, obviously we know how, like the Masons work and all the other groups. Influence is important. The more influential, and money is influential. So the more money you have, the more power, whatever, you're in. We need you. People like me, kind of by themselves, they're not worried about us. But it's the ones with the influence. So if you ain't got shit, but you have 100,000 followers on, you are influential. I'm trying to be, I want to be that guy, and I can't do it doing things the way I do, blabbering. There's a couple other things I got to change in my life, but so that I can calm down again. I got the camera setups and everything. I mean, we got it started for the air rifle channel and stuff, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to also ramp up a Real Truth channel, and I needed to know what's up with this live thing. My own cell phone camera allowed me to go live. I've never been able to go live through YouTube, but then I was looking at modes, camera modes. I wanted to do those parabolic pictures, and I don't know how. And the last option said YouTube Live. What? So I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna work. Here I am. But it did say something about short, like nobody's gonna have to be able to see the real long version until they get it. That's okay. So my point is it's not, even though this is going to be on this channel ain't getting 1,000 subscribers. I highly doubt, unless they start putting real material on it. But the one I want to start, you notice the biggest channels, the most viral channels, they exploit mainstream for their advantage. So what they're doing is they're checking in, they're telling you truth, they're showing you what they see, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of material they use, remember what I said about meeting people where they're at, is NASA shit, House of Representatives, anything mainstream to run alongside the point you're making. People, they don't want to see shit they've never seen before. They want to see things they relate to. And then the new ideas, they'll see that if they're smart enough, if they're open enough, I should say. You don't even got to be smart for this shit. You do not have to be intelligent at all, really. You kind of do, but you just have to be open. Like the first moment that I said, okay, this is looking weird, there's a possibility things could be different, I saw it. It was like, the only thing keeping people stupid is their own fucking minds. That's impressive. That's just an impressive matrix, man. You can't even say that's cool or badass. That's impressive. And it's not cool. Anyway, blabber blabber. Wow, 33 minutes. Should I do it? In 33 seconds. I've noticed a lot of numerology to some of these mainstream channels. That's what's getting me on board. Like going like, what are you up to? I see those 11s. I see those 33s. I see all that shit. For over 10 years. Yep. And I know you're out there. You know, I hope you're doing okay. I do. I hope you're doing okay. I hope your daughter's okay. I hope you're doing okay emotionally. It's not easy. It's not easy. I kind of feel like I'm way out there, even though I'm just in little Duval, 30 minutes away from Seattle, basically. But it's a small enough town that I can mentally retreat. I'm working at it. I'm farming cannabis. I'm learning a lot about nourishment and the ECS system. I'm making my own edibles. I'm taking a lot of CBD now. You know, I might get, plenty of cannabis to my disposal, but I'm trying to still, I'm still trying to be, a sober-minded person. I haven't done drugs in 10 years, like hard drugs. I don't drink. It's not that appealing to me. but damn, we have to, it is for this time. This is for this time. It's like everybody, I think we've always had this mechanism where we felt like, how many people are always like, the end is near, end is near. I think what we were picking up on, daughter went very weird. Still, okay. All right. Prayers up. I saw that. I heard that. Prayers up. I don't know what I just said. What was I just saying? Sorry. I feel for you, Susan. Just focus. Just be you. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're still there. You're still mentally there. That's the important part. Some of us end up mentally. I've read comments where they're like, yeah, I used to, and then for my own sanity, I just had to forget about all of it. Well, that's them. They just can't cope. Well, I've learned to cope, and I see what's going on, and I know you're strong. You're very strong, Susan. Goodness, I've never heard. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not sexist at all, but I haven't heard many women out there talk like you. I can tell you are a big time, more than a mama bear. You have the heart of a queen, is what I'm saying. You can run some shit if you had to run some shit. I can tell. But anyway, we'll get through this. And oh yeah, it was what I was going to say. Important. We've always had this like sense of this impending doom. Trust me. I'm saying I never usually put things in other people's lap, but I know people have been there right alongside. We've always had this, the end is near shit. You are, I bet you are, called Mama Bear. We've always had this sense, hear me out. And I think I know why, because I've been learning a lot about the light we can actually see with our third eye. And it's called intent. And I think we can see intent, and we sense it in a huge, very, very intricate way, and a very complex way. And I think what we've all been doing is making sense of the frequency that has been projected to the world with the intent of destroying it. And I think that we've all had a sense of the end is near type shit, because we see the timeline of events. We see the energy going into the strange things in society. And then, and that alone will get somebody's motor turning. But I think we actually feel the intent, because before we were on the fucking internet every day, we felt like this. Now, prove me I'm wrong. Prove I'm wrong. Prove it somehow. Validate it. Even support it. No, I think the electromagnetic senses we have in whatever you want to call a pineal gland, third eye, whatever system's running stuff. I think that we have, in a sense, been feeling the intense energy coming from humans that are running things or facilitating things. I hate the quote sign, but I got to do it. And I think we've been sensing that energy. And the only way we can interpret it is, it feels like the end is near. I can tell. All these bad things. Well, all these bad things, Earth is beautiful. Earth is perfect. The only imperfection in this world is us. You take us, nothing is wrong. There's only a problem if one mind says there's a problem. Now there's a problem. That is reality. It's what we make it. There's no problem without our problems. That's nature. That's how nature rolls. So we've really fucked up. We're talking about dictating what nature's doing as bad. Like, it's bad for us. That don't mean we got to change it. We should conform. And how are you going to change nature? Like, no, we're supposed to, it's all 180. It's all backwards. And we can't not sound crazy talking about it, because once you understand it, it's so real that it's really hard to explain, because you're like, look, I just started understanding it. How the hell am I supposed to just explain it? Anyway, I'm out. Let's end it with some numerology. I don't like doing it, but my friend who's teaching me not to be scared of things, helping me understand, they use it for power. It's the numbers aren't bad. They're using them for bad. Let's end it at 40 days and 40 nights. Nah, I'm too late. It's 41 already. Anyway, peace. I'm glad that you saw this video. We'll see what happens with it. I'm curious to go back and see how much is visible. This looks like you've watched all the way through. That's weird. Huh. Anyway, let's see what happens. Right? I do too. 1967. Yeah, we should do that. But when we're sitting together, for sure. And that day will come. That day will come. And we will hook up. Love you too. I'm going to go to Westport soon and go fishing. So that might be the time I'll come see you. Peace. How do I stop it?